Hey people, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about strategy pattern. So design patterns are one of the important questions that are asked at mid-senior and senior level. And the common questions that we mostly get is which are the design patterns that you have implemented or seen in your project, or which other patterns are you aware of? So yeah, we'll be looking at that eventually. So moving on. Some real life examples of strategy pattern is suppose a file encrypting application. So that application wants to give its client the option to select from a family of algorithm. So it might want the client to have an option to use a different algorithm at one time and another algorithm at the other time based on different requirements. So that is when a strategy pattern comes into picture. Same goes for validation. We might want to validate in different ways. And also in sorting algorithms, like we have so many sorting algorithms, QuickSort, BubbleSort, and based on certain requirements, we might want to choose one. Again, saving of different files. We have a particular file and we might want to save it as a PDF or sometimes as a text file, right? So all these kind of examples would help to understand a strategy pattern. So the basic design of the pattern includes a context. A context is a file which uses the strategy, okay, and some behavior of that. And a strategy is basically an interface, okay, an interface which contains the logic for picking the different like algorithms. And we have our concrete classes which implement the interface. So strategy pattern is basically a behavioral pattern, and the behavior is picked at runtime. So there will be a family of algorithms which are interchangeable, and so the design has to be such that any of them can be picked at runtime. So this is a pattern which gives us a lot of flexibility, as you can understand, and encapsulation. So when we talk about encapsulation, what it does is it encapsulates the logic of the algorithm separately. So we have a clean code and a maintainable code. Okay. And coming to open and close principle, this strategy uses open and close principle. So this solid principle, one of the solid principle, says that our code should be open for extension but closed for modification, so that we are not making any changes in the old code which has been tested and which is running fine, right? So let's just look at the code now. So what we will build is an application to save a file, and we want to save that as a Word document sometime and sometime as a PDF, right? So for that we need a strategy. So I'll create a strategy class which is our interface. So let's call it extension. Okay. And my extension interface will have a simple method to save file, and I want this to be in a string format, or it should give me back a string. Now for the concrete classes, I want a Word document and I want a PDF class. Now both these classes should be implementing extension. So it has to implement the method as well. So saved as Word document, and for PDF also implements not strategy extension. Okay. Now, we have created a strategy. We have our concrete implementation of the strategy. Now we need a context. So, if you remember, we had a context, right? We created the strategy and the concrete classes. Now we need the context. So, file which we are going to save is going to be the context. And yes, I need a file name and I need a constructor, right? Okay. And also I need a method to save. So here what I want to do is I want to pass my interface, right? So that whichever algorithm is picked, the interface might just provide the correct name for the algorithm. So I want to display the file name and extension. So extension has a method save file. Okay. Now going to a main class, I have to create an object of my context. It needs a string. So this is my file, the string, and I need to create an object of Word document. And I need to pass that extension or my particular Word document or like whichever, like one of the algorithms, whichever is there in our extension or our strategy. So if I run this, resume is saved as Word document. Great. Now I need to see if PDF works as well or not. And here I will be giving a PDF. Great, it works. Now, strategy pattern was one of the most oldest design pattern, and a lot of improvements have been done, especially after Java 8. So, like we can use strategy pattern and also use the function of Java 8 to make it more concise and more maintainable. So if you see our strategy or our interface is a functional interface, it has just one abstract method, right? So we can use lambda expressions to shorten our code. So that is what we will do now. So our Word document is returning a string, right? So we'll just copy that, go to our main, edit this a bit. We will be using lambda expression and pasting our code. So this will be giving us a strategy, right? So let's test if this works. So let's run this. Great, it works. But I don't want my logic to be in my main file, right? So we are going to go back to our strategy and see that in Java 8 we can also go for static methods, right? So we will be pasting our code here. This is for our Word document and I need for PDF as well. So as PDF. Okay. Now in our main, I don't need this. And as we are using static implementation, what we need to do is extension dot PDF document. Okay, let's run this. Great, it works. And since we have all our code written here, thanks to Java 8, we don't need these files. So we will be deleting them. We have deleted them, and then let's just run Word document. Okay, and it works. Okay, so this is strategy pattern. And as you have seen that we are providing like, or we are choosing the algorithm at runtime. So that is what is expected from the algorithm to do. So hoping you understood this. Thank you so much for watching. Let's catch up in the next video.